Good evening, viewers. Welcome. And today we have with us your favorite Saffron Tiger back with us. Welcome,
Namaskar,
Saffron
Meena ji.
Tiger.
Namaskar, Meena ji, and namaskar to all our viewers for yet another candid session. And I can't wait to get forward with this beautiful conversation that we are about to have.
Yeah, thank you so much, Saffron. So, Saffron, what has happened with these two new movie releases that have come out, Gadar and Oh My God 2? It's been said that these movies have been facing a dip after Independence Day. Earlier, it was it these two movies were actually Gadar was doing well, but now it has gone down because after the Independence Day it has gone down, and that oh my gosh is now 80 crores and may go up, and the other movie has added another 7.75 crores to what it already has. Now, earlier when Sunny Deol was asked about the clash of both films, he said, I'll translate it into English straight away. Why must people compare a good film with others? Films that have no comparison should not be pitted with each other. So this is what he said about him being pitted against Gaddar. Now, see, Gaddar has apparently collected a huge 55 crore collection on Independence Day. Now it has gone, dipped down since Wednesday. It has dipped down. Now, what I wanted to, discuss, Saffron, is that a very top film distributor in Chennai, who is in the head of Tamil Nadu's Theatre Owners Association, on Thursday, he urged the filmmakers to stop fabricating box office numbers so that even the actors get a reality check. Now, at the C2 Dakshin South India Media and Entertainment Summit 2023 in Chennai, he had said that he had stopped sharing a office numbers of Tamil films as he doesn't want to lie to the audience, and the truth won't suit the actors and the filmmakers. He said, "Please be ashamed to tell lies about box office collections. If a film is a flop, say it out loud so that the heroes get some sense. Don't lie about the box office. I've stopped sharing box office collections to the media because I'm ashamed of lying. If I want to tell the real figures, I will anger the producers and actors. So I stopped it altogether. If producers stop lying, Tamil cinema will get better," he said. Yeah. So here, Saffron, see if you would have noted, as in in Pathan. So this is exactly what happened in Brahmastra case, as it happened in Pathan. And Kajol being quite flippant in one of her interviews, she actually made fun of Pathan. So she said that they make so much. So she being closest to SRK, she would know the truth. And we've been also monitoring the theater attendance of the people, and found most of the theaters empty abroad as well as in India. Now here they are saying that Gadar is doing well because they think that because he is a BJP or a right winger, Sunny Deol will have won the hearts of the public, and that's why they are trying to say that his movie is a hit. Because first of all, he takes a heroine who's really quite fossilized now, and on top of that, now you have OMG2, which had so many cuts, and is there. And today, you won't believe it, Saffron. He says that he thanks the people for making the movie a success. Can you imagine? It's not a success, and he's thanking people for an imaginary success. What sort of a person is he?
Ma'am, this game of lies and deceit and manipulation is not something new that has been part of the film industry. This has been going on for a long time. Specifically after Sushant Singh Rajput's murder, you have seen that hardly any film has done close to anywhere how they used to make money. And as if we talk about Pathan, we all know that the PR machinery was at its peak. That was the time when the PR machinery itself was buying hundreds and thousands of tickets, and they were flexing their muscles by showing the tweets of like, oh, see how many tickets we are buying, as if they were causing some it was a deliberate attempt to show people that, oh, call call it what you will, but we are going to watch the movie. But it was those people only who were watching their own movie, right? So this is one kind of tactic. The another kind of tactic is releasing movies around Independence Day and all. So if you see that Independence Day, it's like August 15th was on Tuesday, right? And Monday, there's only one day between like August 13th, which is Sunday, and August 15th. So there's only one day. People take day off, and some people may have gone, right? But just showing it as if, like, though the collections are so good that, like, everybody is going and watching those movies, it's like, it's like going like little far ahead too much, and I think that you can clearly sense the lack of creativity, the lack of talent when a person like Sunny Deol comes up with a sequel of a film after like 15 years or so,
Hmm,
if I'm not wrong.
hmm,
The first movie was made around like 10, 15 years ago, right?
hmm.
There is no creativity. There is only that, stupid action and stupid dialogues, and then, like, saying all these things and then coming out for real and then praising Pakistani people, and like saying that, oh, there should be love and peace, whereas like we clearly know that the tensions that has been going on between Indians and Pakistani. So I think they are much in a conflicted state. Most of the times they don't know how to react to the public sentiment. If you talk about Akshay Kumar, he seems to be a little rattled, or more than rattled, because he had to post his citizenship proof that, like, I'm like Indian
Yeah,
hereafter,
we
right?
spoke about that yesterday. Yes.
Exactly. So
Hmm,
you can clearly sense that uh, these people, they are trying everything in their capacity to remain relevant to this day, to generate the kind of hit movies that they used to several, I should say, a couple of decades ago. So, but that is not the case. I think it's a shame that they have to rely on the PR machineries to make themselves look larger than life.
yeah. And if you lay, if you took the case of Brahmastra, Brahmastra's wearing box office numbers started a debate about fake box office figures and manipulation of data. Now, how much Brahmastra earned at the box office has no one answers that. The film reported a number of different figures from different sources. These differing figures, were confusing for everybody. And Kangana believes that the makers are faking the numbers. The real reason is less sinister. Across India and in the West, the box office collections of films are calculated in a number of different ways, resulting in different earnings. In her allegations against Brahmastra, producer Karan Johar, Kangana questioned why he was sharing the film's gross collections instead of net. What is the difference, one might ask? Quite simply, gross box office collection refers to the total amount made from the ticket sales of the movie. It's always a higher figure, while net box office collection is gross minus the amount cut by the government in various kinds of taxes, including service tax and entertainment tax. Since these taxes differ from state to state, the net can differ from one state to another, even with the same gross. A third aspect of the box office figures is distributor share, which, as the name suggests, is the amount distributors get. It is net collection minus the rental charge by theaters. Now, here, Saffron, see, if you're looking at it, now this is looking at it in a very technical way. But when we were looking at all the theater, how many seats were empty, all of them. If you look at whether it was Brahmastra, whether it was, this movie that Pathan, that SRK had come out with, they were all empty. The theaters were empty. And they were forcing people to go and see it. Now, I'm very, very sure that even in Sunny Deol's case, Gadar, and in the case of OMG2, this is happening. Because there is no proper, way of measuring, what is the success and this thing. It's because of that these people pull wool over our eyes.
Ma'am, see, definitely, I feel that there is a certain section of society which is going to watch the movies because there is no dearth of anti-nationals and call it what you will, like,
mm,
Khalistani faction or
mm,
Tukde Tukde gang,
mm,
whatever. For me, they are like all anti-nationals. So
yeah,
there is a certain section of it which is going okay to watch the movie. They are
mm,
trying really hard to show that, oh, see, we are large in numbers,
mm,
and look how we are defying the natural Sanatani sentiment of India, or whatnot, right?
mm,
But that is just one side of the story. There
yeah,
is, like I said, like, heavy PR machineries keeping these manipulating the public by sharing inflated numbers,
yeah,
like Kangna pointed out, like why gross sales are mentioned and not the net sales, right?
yeah,
And
mm,
also, the, like, let me try to explain this thing in a very simple concept.
mm,
If if people want entertainment, right,
yeah,
and if there is nothing good to watch,
mm,
right,
mm,
some of the people are like, they just want to casually hang out for a movie, right?
mm,
And they'll
mm,
be like, okay, let's watch something,
mm,
let's go out. They will spend like this expensive, like their money on these expensive tickets, because these tickets, they are like very expensive. From what I've heard,
mm,
it takes like
mm,
around 250 to 500 rupees just for a 3 hour movie or 2 hour movie,
mm,
right? If you are going to have all crappy and all shady movies, right,
mm,
some of the people are going to get like cajoled or like manipulated into watching the movies. And
yeah,
what these people are showing is that, like, okay, if you are going to show that, okay, look how the tickets are full, the theaters are full on August 15th, right, or on Sunday August 13th, that does not determine the success of the movie. You have
yeah,
to see throughout the week how it is doing.
mm,
See,
mm,
तो
mm,
2 दिन हुए नहीं और मूवी के नंबर्स जो है वो नीचे ड्रॉप होने लग गए,
mm,
राइट? And if you even look at the IMDb ratings, somebody told me that, like, Gadar 2 is doing very well. And I was like very surprised that Sunny Deol, right? Gadar 2, seriously. So I went and saw the IMDb ratings. And
uh,
really, if you see the logical people
uh,
who have written there, they said that don't waste your time and money on it. At least
uh,
the first movie was good. This
mm,
movie is like pathetic.
mm,
So that kind of gives it away. It's a dead giveaway that, okay,
mm,
only PR machinery is like, trying its
mm,
best to make it look like, oh, it is such a great movie, you should go. It is about India and the sentiment, the nationalist sentiment and things like that, because there is no other topic to make successful movies on, right? They have seen that Kashmir Files was a hit, but how it was like silently they tried to sabotage it. Kerala Story, nobody
mm,
talks about it,
mm,
right? I heard that, like, around like less than a week ago, some other lady also died because
mm,
who was in Kerala,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
She was a victim of love jihad, right?
yeah,
But nobody really talks about it in the mainstream media. All we talk about is all these rubbish movies
mm,
being brandished as, oh, what a successful hit of the year.
yeah. And also, you look at the arrogance of this Sunny Deol. Now, see, Sunny Deol looks even older than Dharmendra. I would say that Dharmendra can dance better than Sunny Deol at this age. So when Sunny Deol came out of an event, I think it was a lady or a transvestite, I'm not sure, but just went to say hello. Touch mat karo, you know. That was the response. Touch mat karo. And then the bodyguard also said, touch mat karo.
She was trying to
See,
click a selfie with him.
yeah, yeah.
That's when yeah.
Yeah. So who are they? You need the public, okay, to make your movie a hit, but you don't need the public. You know, when you've achieved your purpose, is this what is the kind of message he's spreading? You know,
Yeah, that
everybody is aware of Sunny Deol's, land scam, Dharmendra's land scam, and Hema Malini's land scam. Everybody is aware of it. So please do not come out as you are BJP, so you're a very clean guy. No, not at all.
And that's not the only thing. You should have seen a video which came before that, like just couple of days before that thing. An incident happened where he was walking through the airport,
Mm,
and some guy, some groupie, got interested in him and was trying to click a picture. And Sunny Deol yelled at him
mm, mm,
at such a high pitch that entire airport people were wondering what happened.
mm,
And he
mm,
told him, like, why don't you take a selfie
mm.
so that I can move on with my life? It was such an arrogant, like, act. I'm like, God knows, like, these people are really cut off from their roots and living in an alter universe.
Yeah, and also see if you look at the kind of land. that Dharmendra has. He's got a lot of farmland. I don't know if it's about 25 acres or something, but he's got so much of land, and always in his free time, this is what the old man does. He takes his his buggy and he goes around showing everybody. And there also, please note, the people who work for him, the laborers are all badly dressed. This man is so rich he can't even give them proper clothes. Now, in the middle of all this, they showed a scene of this man, Sunny Deol, sleeping on a charpoy, you know, enjoying the luxury of the farm. I was just thinking that, see, how do these people deserve such luxury? They don't make good films, they can't act for nuts, they do scams, and they enjoy life. People who work hard, the middle classes, suffer the most,
And
and
that's
they
how
don't
the
get
system
justice
is designed.
also.
And that's how the system is designed. It is always against the middle class people. If you look at how what happened to Sushant Singh Rajput, right? He was an considered as an outsider by the Bollywood
Mm,
cabal.
mm,
And how many people actually supported him? No, even people like Manoj Bajpayee and others who made it look like, oh, they are supporting him. Uh, like, they were leaning towards or supporting the suicide theory. Oh, why Sushant? Why? Right? So, in the end, it's just like, the middle class, one way or the other, gets sabotaged regarding these so called actors. Brandishing themselves as like, oh, they are so connected with nature. Nowadays it has become a trend, believe me, to buy land, post Instagram posts, or like, on social media, that, oh, see, we are cooking tomato, we are building tomatoes, we are farming and all, because they get huge humongous tax benefits on it if they consider, if they display themselves as farmers, right? And it's also a good way to prove in the court that, see, we are growing, we are contributing to the agricultural growth of the country.
mm,
Look at, we are also promoting it by posting it on social media, right?
mm,
What they have to do, they just have to go there, to their farms, okay,
mm,
do some ha ha he he like a stupid person,
mm,
click some photographs or videos,
mm,
show the chirping of birds, or like, a couple of tomatoes, see how like, fresh they look, and things like that. Because if you remember, even Amitabh Bachchan, like several years ago, maybe like over a decade ago, he tried to portray himself as a kisan so that he
mm,
could get tax
mm,
benefits, right? And nowadays, if you see cricketers, right, I won't name, but like very famous cricketers, they have turned to farming because it's the
yeah.
best investment.
Wh-
Once you buy
Why
a
go?
land,
Why go so far? Shah Rukh Khan's daughter,
exactly,
who studied in America, is now an agriculturist. She doesn't
yes.
even know the difference between brinjals and you can say lady fingers.
Because see, they buy the land, right, which is at a cheap cost, right?
Mm,
Or somebody has given to them like through the
mm,
dirty money, right? The
mm,
land is going to go up because
mm,
there is only limited land, right?
mm,
So
mm,
today or tomorrow it's going to go up, right?
mm,
On top of it, it gets appreciated because it is like, banjar zameen nahi hai. They are growing things on it. But like all those fertilizers and whatnot, they will hire a couple few laborers who are like, exploited, made to work, not
mm,
given proper clothes, like you said. And those are the ones who are like, toiling day and night
mm,
for someone else's land,
mm.
like building stuff on someone else's land. And then people like Dharmendra are the ones who have the last laugh.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, I don't understand. Like, see, this is a very interesting comment from Nanda. Before Gadar 2 release, Amisha went to Ajmer, prayed for film success, and they want Hindus to watch Urdu wood movies. So well said. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
All of these techniques are like a way. It was not so long ago when you saw that after Lal Singh Chadda, or before, right before it, Amir Khan had worn that Kautuka band, and like he had that topi, and he was doing some yajna or puja, right,
Mm,
to make it
mm,
look like, oh, that he is so connected with the Sanatani way of life
mm.
and their rituals. But he had to fall flat on his face.
Yeah.
The Lal Singh Chadda was so bad that there was no way they could have like even defended it, right? And now maybe like, they are comparing the success of Gadar and, oh my God, against like Lal Singh Chadda. So what are the benchmarks are you setting, right?
Mm,
That is
mm,
also one of the big things to consider. Agar अगर कोई इंसान ठीक है कंटिन्यूअसली फेल हो रहा है, राइट, he's scoring like 20 out of 100, and suddenly that person scores like 45 out of 100, everybody is going to say wow, he
mm,
finally
mm,
passed. But look at
mm,
the benchmark, right? That's
mm,
what's happening with Akshay Kumar as well. See, there is absolutely no creativity. Oh my god 2, Gadar 2,
mm.
right?
Yeah.
There was Oh My God 1 and Gadar 1, right, which were success.
Mm,
Both movies were like over 10 years ago, right, if I'm
mm,
not wrong, right?
mm,
And now they are coming after trying all everything in their capacity, right? Sunny Deol, okay, maybe like a little respect for Sunny Deol because he did not come on the screen, right?
mm,
Knowing that he is getting so old and incapable. But like you see now, like with heavy PR machinery and conflicting and manipulative techniques, right? Anything is possible.
yeah. So Dhanashri is saying, um, a few days back, there was a video of OMG2 where Akshay Kumar's fans were pouring milk on his posters. You remember what he had said about wasting milk, on Shivalingas, and look at what his fans are doing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
absolute
also
hypocrisy.
it is all copied from the
South.
southern India
Yeah.
style of celebrating,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Where
mm,
they making him look like he's some demigod
mm,
who is
mm,
being worshipped like Rajnikant or
mm,
Mohanlal or what
mm,
whosoever are the people
mm,
in the west in the south, right?
mm,
So
mm,
I think this is like it just shows nothing but desperation, right?
mm,
If you
mm,
see Karan Johar, he's like constantly making certain things or engaged with the
mm,
South film producers
mm,
or directors. Shah
mm,
Rukh Khan, I don't know. I saw some movie song while I was in a restaurant, and I was like, okay, he's dancing to some South Indian song,
mm,
and like maybe I don't know if he starred in it or it was just a like one time appearance, but you
mm,
can see that
mm,
they have to try these techniques now to in order to survive, let alone thriving. Even
mm,
survival has become a big problem.
mm.
See, this Purna
Yeah,
has
Purna says, yeah,
album was released 20 years back, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you can see that like after 20 years there is no creativity,
Mm,
absolutely no
mm,
creativity,
mm.
and you can see it in the comments. I'm not
In
lying.
fact, SRK is going to come out with, I think, Chennai too. That one where that Lungi dance is there. Chennai
Exactly.
Express.
Exactly. And people want to spend their hard earned money on this. I mean, if people are gonna do, if they want to jump in a pit, you can't really stop them from doing that.
Mm,
You can tell them that, hey, don't do that stupid act, right?
mm,
Money is hard to come by. But if they want to
mm,
do that, if they want to contribute towards like uh, money laundering
mm,
and all these activities, because essentially you are doing
mm,
that when you do that, okay?
mm,
You are contributing towards the illicit proceeds
mm,
because the film, that product that they so brandish in front of you is made
mm,
out of those illegal proceeds, illicit
mm,
proceeds.
mm.
If you are going to support that cause, then God bless you. What can we say?
Yeah. I don't know whether you follow the tweet where a person has shown proof that, where Disha Salian, the building where she lived with her boyfriend, there was a gap and then the body fell on the other side. So now they are breaking that wall and making it closer. So apparently there is something going on to prove the other point of view was right. In which case, they are trying to say that, see, perhaps, and this is all alleged, that she fell off from the top floor, and she landed there. So there is a huge what you call effort to protect people like Penguin and Sextra.
Yeah, ma'am, I won't be surprised. I, in fact, also blame the current government there for not doing enough to bring out the matter in front of the public, or like raise it in the judiciary at least, right?
Mm,
Even the
mm,
judiciary, there is no faith. If the family itself of Disha Salian, who should get affected, right, and who should be fighting for the justice, they are the ones who are not in support of it,
mm,
right? Then what else can you expect? Agar मेरे ही परिवार के इंसान की मर्डर पर मुझे ही अगर वो फीलिंग नहीं है कि द क्रिमिनल शुड गेट कॉट, तो मैं बाकी लोगों से क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकता हूँ, राइट?
No, but I have tweeted this to Devendra Fadnavis. I said, you said that there is a SIT going on. Okay. If an SIT is going on, how can this sort of construction or deconstruction happen when the case is still on? So, is somebody trying to protect people of power? And I have added the prime minister also to that, saying that, see, is this the way that proof gets hidden? You know,
Then it may have gone unanswered
Yeah, no,
because
it won't. It won't be answered.
yes,
But they are keeping a very close eye, Saffron, on all this because suddenly there was a news. Actually, Jaydev alerted me that now you won't believe it. They are, debating in Supreme Court that those mainstream media who made money using SSR, the case should now pay them back for the
what
money that, yeah, you won't believe it. See, they say that, see, they did a lot of things, these mainstream media did a lot of things to but they spoke of the SSR case as in a media trial, and that they have to pay a penalty, of say,
mainstream media to
for
whom,
about like to the court
for what?
for that's what for doing such a trial in the media.
So
So
is it something coming from the court or is it something
yeah,
coming from the government?
coming from the court. So what I'm saying is, why only SSR case? There were so many other cases that they can take. All the Delhi case, the bar case, the club case, all those cases they should take. Why are they focusing on SSR? Which means, even at the highest level, they want to shut the SSR case completely. So which means nobody will talk about SSR.
Right.
It is only because you talk about SSR that these problems are coming, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Ah,
See,
ah,
so see, everything is interconnected, right?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, uh, I think we should start by fining bodies like AIMS
Mm,
for not speaking. You
mm,
know what happened
mm,
about the report? I
mm,
never heard anything. Did the report ever come out or not? I think before you charge the mainstream media, you should also penalize the Cooper Hospital for
mm,
preparing a very shoddy post-mortem report. Why
mm,
doesn't the court talk about that?
mm,
There are so many things and people you have to reach out to, and you have to like penalize them
mm,
before even you penalize the mainstream media,
mm,
right? The
mm,
very fact that people are not talking about it and like keeping quiet makes you think that something is fishy. And SSR case is totally based on circumstantial evidence.
mm,
And the thing with the circumstantial evidence is that the more time goes by, it it's very difficult to prove in the court,
mm,
because time the evidence is getting destroyed. People turn hostile,
mm,
right, over the years. If there
mm,
was a genuine witness, they may see that, oh, okay, nobody's talking, why should I risk my life,
mm,
right?
mm,
I'm
mm,
gonna turn hostile,
mm,
right? Their mouths will be like stuffed with loads of cash,
mm,
and then they will happily go to some other place, get married, set up their business. Look what Pethani has done, right?
mm.
You've seen
See,
so many other people, right?
yeah.
What happened? What about the CCTV? There is
Mm,
no clarity. What
mm,
about the van
mm,
who turned out to be the van of a
mm,
politician, a strong politician, right? The ambulance van, I mean.
mm,
So there are so many things, and the court is worried about penalizing the mainstream media. So it clearly shows you that like everything is like compromised there.
mm,
If a person like SSR cannot get justice, it is in the best interest of the public not to get involved then, because if something happens to them, who is going to fight for them?
mm,
The law enforcement machinery is by itself is a big slacker.
mm,
वो
mm,
लोग काम नहीं करते जब तक तुम उनके पीछे नहीं पड़ते हो, जब तक प्रेशर नहीं डालते हो।
mm,
और ये लोग तो प्रेशर में भी काम नहीं किया
mm,
इन्होंने।
mm,
चलो उस वक्त समझ सकते हैं, वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट द गवर्नमेंट वाज इटसेल्फ इन लाइक इन्वॉल्व, राइट?
mm,
Now with the change of government, you are saying that there is SIT. Okay, there is SIT. How long has it been since he made that comment?
mm.
It's been over 6 months, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what happened with the SIT? Oh, investigation is going on. Or what?
Investigation and destruction of proof.
Yeah, what investigation is going on?
Mm,
You
mm.
can't just come on Arnab's show and say that, oh, we are looking at
And
it
that
from.
also only when asked.
Yes, exactly, exactly. We are looking at it from all angles. You can't lie through your teeth. Your where your wife is like, doing all this thumkas and jhumkas there with the
Mm,
people who were like, indirectly
mm,
responsible or directly responsible for sabotaging
mm.
SSR's career, right? I mean, I don't know.
See, Saffron, you'll see that systematically they've been removing people who have been speaking about SSR. Now, you look at Style Rug. Okay, Style Rug, I think Twitter, he was also removed from Twitter, banned. Okay, then I saw some. I don't watch it because he has this habit of just going on and on when he speaks. So I prefer people who are quick and just put things, briskly. So when I watched one of his, that he was saying that he is not interested, and then he was in a very depressed mood. It was his birthday, and I don't know. He was consoling people that he's coming back and all that. So that is anyway. I don't want to criticize that. He was good with his show. What I'm saying is now he's gone. Okay, Sandeep Fogart barely mentions it, so he's also not there.
Oh, Sandeep Fogart
Okay,
does not talk about SSR.
not much. I have not seen much of his this thing, And then you have Ulti Khopadi is not there. I see, very rarely see him.
I don't know.
And the only two people who are speaking now about SSR are the SSR warriors and us. That's it.
What
So
happened to that lovely YouTuber in Texas?
no, even he is not. I've not seen much of anything coming out of him. You
No.
know, yeah. So what's happening is systematically they are thinking that if you shut down anything and everything about SSR and stop even mentioning his name, then boycott, Bollywood will stop and Bollywood movies will again become a success. They don't know, for example, let me tell you, something very interesting, Saffron. See, in Pakistan, their movies are horrible, but their TV series are very high standard. Okay, so they have made a movie based on what you call these the third gender. Okay, so we call them hijra, so the third gender. Now it's called Guru, and it's taken so beautifully, and the actor who's acting in it himself is a quite a well-known actor, and the movie is called Guru. You know, and I watched it with absolute interest because everything is shown: the shoddy circumstances they live in, and how he, adopts a child, and how the child grows up, and blah blah blah. So when in an interview they were asked, "How do you think a movie like Guru is working and becoming popular?" They said, "See, OTT platforms have brought about so much of variety that people have stopped looking at love stories as the all in all." Okay, so whatever Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan and Saifullah Khan and all these Khans, are churning out, no longer works because people want realistic themes. People want to know what is happening today in real life. So we do not want all these things. You can just give us a simple theme, you know, and you can make it brilliant. There's a movie called Padmini in Malayalam where a man is looking for a bride, and it's very difficult for him to get a bride. So he oscillates between different women, thinking this is perfect and all. Ultimately, the most unexpected lady who he had rejected, you know, joins well with him, and they have a good, sort of vibe, and they get married. It is this kind of movie that works because in today's life it's so complicated that we have so many things to face, work problems, family problems, even friends, who you think are very good sometimes betray you. So there are a lot of problems around the vicinity that we are in. So these sort of films that they bring out, will not work anymore. So, okay, they are focusing on our Sanatana Dharma that will flop from day one. Okay. Talk about love stories, even bigger flop because all the Khans have become as old as these, what do you call, these dinosaurs. So nobody wants to see them. Salman can't dance. You saw the last movie where he danced. He just put his knee down, lifted his knee, and he said, "That's a dance." Now all of the people who are following him have to do the same dance, though they are youngsters. you know it's that kind of, they're ridiculous. So there is a huge change, Saffron. in the kind of films that we are now watching and what we are liking. And we have the choice, just shut the button if you don't like the movie.
Definitely, OTT has really changed the way cinema is made to a great extent. Now, even people for small roles are given like a lot of importance and compensation, which was lacking for a long time. So it has to a certain extent it has become a level playing field, I would say. But
Mm,
still, a lot has to be done regarding YouTubers and people who are not talking. Uh, Kind of, it's also there's this concept of fatigue, right? You
mm,
keep talking and talking about things and you don't see anything is happening, right?
mm,
So anybody can, like, go through that fatigue and say that, like, why am I, like, talking so much, and like there is nothing new to talk about. That can also be a one way to look at it, right?
mm,
Because everything has been spoken by
mm,
I think all of these YouTubers, like,
mm,
including you yourself, your channel as well. We have talked about all the things, right? In that process, we have fought, we've had
mm,
disagreement whatsoever, but everybody has spoken in their capacity. So it's also a way to see that, like, okay, nothing is happening. There is no progress. What else to speak? We have talked about the ambulance. We have talked about the CCTV. We have talked about the body and all other things. Now, I feel like there is something which is definitely happening between the government, and they have made a deal, the state government, I would say. Some elements who are like ruling the state government, I find it very questionable, because when the deputy chief minister, right, he's the deputy chief minister,
yeah.
comes on Arnab's show and says that, oh, the investigation is going on, we will do a very fair and square investigation, but we will not implicate them. Who is asking you to say that you have to implicate them? You just give us
and
the
and who are them?
yeah, we are not going to harass them, we are not going to implicate them. So is he like trying to defend them, that okay,
Yeah.
have to accept if they come out clean?
Mm,
So it's kind of a way to say that
mm, mm,
it's an obvious thing. आप पुलिस वालों को, पुलिस वाला ये कहेगा कि हम इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रहे हैं, राइट? बट पुलिस वाला ये नहीं करेगा, कहेगा कि हम बहुत ही फेयर इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रहे हैं. यू आर सपोज टू डू, राइट? यू आर सपोज टू डू फेयर
mm, mm.
इन्वेस्टिगेशन. Today,
Absolutely.
yeah, your channel, if you are saying that we will talk, we will show nothing but the truth,
Mm,
right? And you
mm,
show the truth, right? You
yeah.
don't say that we are proud that we show only the truth, because that
Yeah.
is expected of anyone,
Mm,
right?
mm,
So that is the reason why, like, I feel that something has happened between the government and those criminals. And what I feel is that, like, they will try to do it more, show that, like, oh, SSR thing is coming up and all those things when the next election comes,
yeah.
and they will
See,
use.
also, another news that I got is that, China is paying heavily, to get Bollywood, influence. So they are putting their money into Bollywood. So there also, see, with money power, Bollywood can do anything. That's the kind of philosophy they have. So they're getting money from all sides. Now it is not Pakistan that they're scared of. People, when they get a call from Dawood, they get scared. But now it's a call from China that they get scared.
And as harsh and as rough as it may sound, there is no incentive for anyone
Mm,
to bring justice for SSR,
mm,
except for people like us who have been
mm,
like fighting,
mm,
right? But other people who are like in this money making business,
mm,
like the perpetrators, the
mm.
distributors,
Yeah,
all of the people whose lives depend on this like, so-called cabal industry. Not to say that they are, like, equally responsible for it, but there is no other way I see.
mm,
You have to, not you, unfortunately, in such cases you have to throw the baby out of the bathtub. Like,
yeah, yeah,
when things go wrong, you have to completely boycott everything. And
absolutely.
I'm not saying that, like, other people who are working hard, like a spot boys and other people who help the film in make in the filmmaking are, like, bad people.
Mm.
But the top bosses like Johars and Chopras and all these people, they are, like, definitely of questionable reputation, and we all know.
Yeah. Otherwise, why would a top minister, a lady minister, cry and say that, see, SSR's death was, perhaps a suicide, you know,
Correct,
and she
correct.
starts bawling on, in a interview. So, which means that she is trying to protect somebody, or did she know something happened? Does she have the inside story? She better say that, and then she should also say that the justice should be given, even if it's a suicide or a murder. Let the family get justice. Why not that? You know, you laugh at it, you smile at it, create drama around it. Terrible. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. There is, and then there is no support from anybody in the film industry, right? Nobody comes forward and talks about it because somewhere they are scared, somewhere they
Mm,
feel that
mm,
okay, they will be compromised, right?
mm,
Nobody wants to, like, what should I say, open the can of worms, so to speak, and that is why they are all quiet in their own way, and they are making sure that, like, okay, let this thing go by, let's be quiet.
mm,
And judiciary statements from the judiciary are also demotivating, right? So
mm,
that when things like these come from the court, that oh, mainstream media has to pay for creating all this news, the mainstream media will also stay quiet. It is
yeah.
also a way for the government perhaps to spread a message that oh, nobody should talk about SSR,
Mm.
right?
So, in which case, mainstream media should not speak about any cases,
Any
and then
case,
we don't have any news. So
exactly.
all we speak is about how good this garment is, how good that garment is. Finished. News is over. Arnab's news will be over in 5 minutes.
I know, right? So that's the thing that's been like, it's a
Mm,
huge problem, and I don't know. I am as confused as anyone else would be, like,
mm,
to see their way through this.
mm,
And I hope that while I hope that like SSR should get justice, the chances are very slim because
mm,
everyone who is in the position to
mm,
bring justice to
mm,
SSR seems to
mm,
be compromised with the way they are making statements. The other day I saw something in Marathi being
mm,
released by Rane's son, right?
mm,
Again, that
mm,
oh, we know everything and we have given this to CBI and all those things they said. But again, it doesn't make any sense when the agencies are quiet, when we have
mm,
no update whatsoever.
mm,
3 साल के ऊपर हो गया है. It's been, we are
mm,
into the fourth year now.
mm,
God knows how long will these agencies and these law enforcement machinery remain quiet before they
mm,
even come up with an update. It's such
mm,
a sorry state of affairs to even like think about, let alone
mm.
talking about it.
Absolutely. And the last piece of news is about Elvish Yadav, a YouTuber, coming as a winner in Big Boss OTT 2. Now, he was a very popular YouTuber from Haryana who has now taken the trophy and a cash prize of 25 lakhs. Now, his journey on the show was filled with laughter as he cracked jokes and entertained everyone with his witty one-liners. However, he hit a low when Salman Khan pulled him up for using derogatory words for women. He was also called out for his language and anger issues. So apparently, Salman Khan rebuked him and said that, see, you need to, change that. Now, here, what do you think of this kind of show, Saffron? Because I find even 5 seconds of even watching it, makes me switch it off. It's
And
that, derogatory. Yeah.
not only the show, but the people who are part of the show. This
Mm,
is not like how people in India live in their houses,
mm,
right? Any normal person, that this is not how I have seen people living. They say that oh, big boss ek ghar hai, sabko
mm,
saath mein rehna hai 90 dinon tak, or whatever that thing is, right? This is not how people live,
mm,
right? They
mm,
don't like apply creams on their face and
mm,
do these
mm.
stupid tasks, right? You
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
so somewhere these people are trying to create TRP. Now coming to Elvish Yadav, I remember him as like somebody who was really speaking against Bollywood and all these
Mm,
things. He spoke against Mahesh Bhatt when he was making his YouTube videos. Now
mm,
look, he was the same guy who went there and hugged Mahesh Bhatt and all. So honestly, credibility of these people, and
Changes with money,
yeah, it changes with money, for better or for worse.
fame.
I have personally encountered such people in my life who have changed their stance
Mm,
completely, like 180-degree, saying things
mm,
ABC and then after some time saying XYZ. So this is very sad to see that, like, everything has become like think about fame, think about money, think about attention, right? And in that process, uh, innocent people get manipulated, they get betrayed, and sometimes even they get murdered, like
Yeah,
what happened to SSR,
absolutely.
right? And like I think I would like to just conclude it with by saying that like it's only the middle class people who are
Mm.
suffering at the end, the honest people.
Yes,
The rich is
yes,
becoming richer, the poor is becoming poorer, and the middle class also now, like who are like making earning their bread with through hard work and all, they are not seeing their way through this,
yeah. In
it's
fact, what you said is so right because, see, if you take, I just follow, what are people who help us, live their lives. So the main woman, who, she makes money through cleaning houses. Okay, husband does some rickshaw driving. Then the other, family members are also earning, and they get all their ration free. Okay, and a lot of subsidies. Now, nothing of this affects our middle class. Middle class are not getting anything, you know. So what happens is now the middle class has become the poor class, and the poor class have risen to the position of middle class. You
and
know,
middle class has is just one tragedy away from bankruptcy.
yes,
One health
absolutely.
issue here and there, and then that's it, you're done
Here
with all your
also,
savings.
Saffron, here also there is a agenda. With all these multi national companies coming in, they are told to hire in bulk, and then sack in bulk. So what happens is these people, youngsters who have just married and have children, and they can't pay the rent, they have bought cars, they have loans and all that. It leaves them in such a problem that they don't know what to do. It is exactly this that they want to do to India. If you're looking at Amazon, you're looking at all these multinational companies, they have no heart. They do exactly what they want to put Indians in a mess, total mess. See, earlier companies, you used to think twice before you sack somebody because they've got families, they've got, loans and house loans and car loans and whatnot. But now, without even on emails, they just sack them. So that's the kind of situation. Unless of course the Indian government says that, see, any multinational company that comes into India cannot do this to the citizens.
Correct. There are
I've
certain
written so many times to the Prime Minister saying that, see, please, when you get multinational companies into the country, make new rules. At least protect your countrymen. In every country, when I was in the UAE, they used to protect the UAE nationals. Where is protection for us?
I know. It's a very sad state. And
Mm,
like I
mm.
said, right, one thing here and there, and you will we are being an asset to our family, but also to our nation and our Sanatani values. And yeah, just seek
See,
God.
also, just before closing, I want to say, Saffron, say, we also get a lot of emails, trying to sort of find out different ways to, woo us, okay, and find out, things where our weakness can come out, So these are things that are being done to everybody. And if you fall for it, then you have a problem. So, we pride ourselves in the fact that we're not controlled by anybody. We do what we like. Nobody's paying us, so we will say what we think is true, and that's it. You want to take it, you take it. If you don't want to take it, leave it. You know. So it's only based on that people can get the truth. When you are pressured, by people, and that to these kind of people, you'll never to say the truth.
Right. No, true that, true that, and that's why it's your channel where I like to come and
Yeah,
opine, because you give chance to both sides of the story to
yeah,
speak, and we need more people like you to make sure that like we continue to fight
yeah,
for justice, not only for SSR but for all the departed souls who were killed by the cabal.
yeah. Thank you so much, Saffron. We'll see you next week. Good
Thank
night
you,
and
thank you,
Jai Hind.
thank you. Good night. Bye.
Yeah, good night.